Hey guys, it's Marie. So, I'm gonna talk about, like, DID and, stuff like that, and, physical intimacy. Because, that used to be a big part of my job. I was, a sexual alter, I guess, is the term people, use. But I was also, a persecutor, so it was complicated. But, anyway. So, because big part of my job used to be physical intimacy stuff. I was going to talk about that. So, physical intimacy with DID or stuff like it, like OSDD or whatever that's called, can be super hard. Okay. Because you're out, say, right? And you want to be physical with somebody, but then somebody else gets completely freaked out. And then you're having flashbacks and oh my god, everybody's just freaking out and it's really bad. So for us, physical intimacy stuff was super hard. Cause Kit would be out and he would go to be physical with somebody and then he would just be gone and I would be there or Riley would be there, or somebody who could handle it would show up and then we would deal with it. And I liked doing that kind of stuff. So I was usually the one being oh yeah, hey, I'll do it. Sure, why not? Or Riley would do it a lot of the time because she doesn't have any of our trauma stuff. So she was just okay, whatever, I'll just go take care of it. And that worked for a while, but eventually it started to be a problem because Kit really wanted to be able to be present with his husband and whatever, when they were gonna do stuff. And Kit wanted to be able to be there and do stuff. And I guess I got kind of tired of showing up all the time to deal with that kind of stuff. Because I like being physical as much as the next person who enjoys it, but really, it got old. And for Riley, she was cool with doing all that stuff, but she wanted to be able to be open and be herself and not have to pretend to be Kit, and I felt the same. And this was before the diagnosis stuff and whatever. But yeah, we didn't want to have to just be oh yeah, let's just keep doing this, because sometimes we didn't want to or we didn't feel like it, and we didn't have the same feelings for him as Kit does, so it was weird, we were agreeing to do it, but not because we actually wanted to a lot of the time. Eventually we got to the point where we both liked him as a person and whatever, but it wasn't oh yeah, you're our soulmate or something. So yeah, I mean, it started to get difficult because it was becoming a chore, I guess, for us. And then Kit was getting really tired of losing all this time all the time and whatever. So the way that we worked on that was the grounding technique stuff. And anytime Kit would feel he was gonna go away, he'd use some sort of grounding technique, or he'd ask his husband to stop for a minute so he could calm down. And he worked on just slowly building I guess a tolerance for being touched and things like that. And like it was just one of those things where he did it like really slow and like easy until it got to the point where I didn't have to do that anymore, and Riley didn't have to do it anymore unless we actually wanted to. And you know, like for a while that was something that we did because we, you know, liked him as a person. But like eventually some stuff went down, and like I realized that I wanted my own relationship with someone else, and that was how I got in a relationship with Tandy. And like we have no problems being like physical with each other, but like we still run into like trauma issues once in a while, like mostly for her than for me, because like I don't know, I guess I'm like less prone to like having problems in like that area, you know? So like we've talked about it, and like, you know, if something's not working then we just stop and we wait or we take it slow. And like that's the big thing, like if you're gonna be with somebody who's got like multiple people they share a body with, then you have to like be like super respectful of like triggers and boundaries and stuff, and be like, okay, I'm not doing something that's freaking you out, am I? Or like, is this okay? You know, you gotta like ask, because it can be really hard for people to be like, oh yeah, you know, this just isn't working, or I don't like that. You know, a lot of times, like for us, like Kit and a few of the others, like something would happen and they didn't want it, but they would just not say anything because they were like freaked out about if they said something, something bad would happen. So yeah, like they would just be like, oh yeah, sure, this is fine, when really it wasn't. So like always ask and like check. Yeah, so that's like the basics, I guess. So like I guess hope you guys liked it, and like subscribe, notification, woo. So I guess I'll talk to you guys another time. Bye guys.